We're here with Becki Smith from One Creative Environments, who's going to talk us through the plans for the former Market Hall site, which is currently Bird Box, but these plans are going forward. So shall we start with the actual site plan?
Yeah, no problem at all. So as part of the levelling up bid that was part of the scheme, it was provided for some food and beverage space, office space and a community pavilion building within the site. And there's various different constraints that come with the site at the moment. One with the culvert that comes through the middle that we can't build over, and with the main sewer in the one corner that has really led to how the layout comes from the scheme. In the bottom left corner, which comes off Worcester Road, you've got the pavilion building. So this is the main community building. It's open plan space, it's flexible space, it's used for those things like youth groups, baby groups. It can be rented by anybody, and it's a really hard wearing space, but also opens up on all sides, so it can become an inside-outside space of the actual environment that comes around it. We're also then trying to create quite a public realm that comes and greens the space as well. So we've got some natural play at the back for children that allows some of the things that have come through the Bird Box to be reused. And then we've got opening up that brook, the large steps that come down to allow people to come all the way down to the water course, allow that water and access to water that's so important at the moment. Then we've got the main bulk of the building here, which is the commercial building. We've got food and beverage space and we've got office space. That's office that can be used for co-working spaces, rent a desk, or just all whole floors that people can rent out. And then we've got these that open up onto the public realm. So we've got outdoor space, all south facing at the back, so people can then really in the summer utilise that space as well. The building as it steps up becomes more office space, but then on the top floor has got food and beverage as well, with a pergola that people can sit out and enjoy the lovely views of St John's Church and the streetscape of the High Street at the back. If we move on to the visuals and how it looks, it was very clear that the building can't have a front and a back. It's such a prominent position on the roadway, and as you access up from the High Street, from the Waitrose car park and from the church as well. So it really curves round the corner of the site. It's got a great large glass facade that is really permeable, so it doesn't cut off the views as you come down the road. And then the pavilion space, which has got those roofscapes that we see along the High Street as well. But also some space out front which can have a canopy, so you can flow out of the space into the public realm.
I think the other thing with this slideshow, sorry to interrupt, I think it shows that the because I was struggling to visualise where we were on the site here, but if you look there, you've got that there, then you've got the church across the road. So this is across the road from the church. You've obviously got Waitrose behind it at the back, and this will be the new curved building there. I think the other thing as well is something I've always thought is Bromsgrove doesn't really have a decent fountain or water feature. Now luckily the Spaceworn Brook, probably we're not making much of that, are we? We need to make more, do you think?
No, and there's been a report from the government that everybody needs access to water. You know, it's something that makes everybody happy, it's something that people need to come and do. And it looks obviously quite tropical on here, but we're looking to make the most of that water course and space. People can step down and actually access that water. It's not just a brook that's covered up or green like we've got on the rest of the spaces. It's actually being accessible by people. We're hoping that in the summer you may see kids in their wellies, you know, playing in that, people that sit by it and have their lunch. But the idea is that people come to Bromsgrove, so people come and work within the space. People then stay afterwards because that's what they want to do. People then come and they spend some money on the High Street afterwards, and it's a catalyst for everything that goes on there afterwards.
So you want a bit of Bourton on the water, really, a bit of that.
I can't be on Bromsgrove with Bourton on the water.
And we just scan around, we can see some bigger pictures here of how the design will look. Obviously it's still in the consultation stage, so what we need is people to come and have their say, and then obviously any changes could be implemented based on the consultation and the kind of way, the kind of views that people put forward. So this is a work in progress. Have we got a time frame for when you're hoping to get the plans forward? And because it's obviously all got to go before the planning committee.
Yes, it has. I mean, we're having consultations with the planners now, so they're informed of the parts of the scheme and they help then to mould it as we go forward. You know, anything they dislike, all that can be really incorporated in at an early date. We're looking to get a committee date in May, and then the levelling up bid has to be spent by March 25. So that's what we're aiming for and working back from that date at the moment.
And were it all to go through, when could we possibly see this becoming a reality?
Well, you know, that money needs to be spent by that date. We're hoping we can get it, you know, done as soon as possible, but we're looking at a start on site date of probably January next year, and then be completed by early 25.
Now don't worry if you've missed this one today, because there's another one on Monday, isn't there?
Yes, there is,
at the library, 4 till 7 at Bromsgrove Library. You'll be able to see these boards that have been on display today. It's seemed quite bustling. We've had quite a bit of a crowd today, and it's been a nice steady flow. What kind of feedback have you received?
Do you know what, the overall look of the building, we've got really positive feedback, especially the pavilion, you know, how it will look as you come down the high street. You know, it's a modern building, it's different from things around, and that's always going to be different from people.